Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Outdoor Collective. Hey, guys, it is Monday night. Kyle and I finally got together. We got everything lined up.
Monday
It's
night.
it is actually it is actually late on Monday night. Kyle put in a long day of work. I put in a long day of playing basketball in the rain with kids, and we got together here to hang out with you, talk about love on all things outdoor. But Kyle, tell me something, man. How's everything else been going this week for you?
No, it's good. Got a big trip coming up to Vermont, New Hampshire. Taking the dog with me and going with a friend and going to check that out. Never been there. Two more states to cross off my list, which leaves
Okay,
me with
awesome.
just how many more states to visit, Rick?
If I had to guess, that number is 8.
Two.
I had
I'm
no
missing the
idea.
ever.
I had no idea. I was pulling that completely out of my anus.
How would you know? I'm missing the ever elusive Maine, and then the
Okay,
one that I can't swim to, Hawaii.
the one you can't swim to.
Yeah,
Maine
yes,
surprises me that you've never been to Maine.
yeah, I
I
would
don't
like
know
to
that.
go sometime.
I don't know that I've ever been to Maine. Okay, let's do it.
Well, I mean, it's not that far. Maybe on a rainy day or something. If it's just monsoon season, maybe we hit up there real quick just to plant a stake in it. But
I'm
anyway,
thinking. I'm thinking right here, right now, October 4th, 2021. We put a stake in it. Rick and Kyle are going to Maine.
when?
Um, we're gonna spend a night outdoors in January in Maine. We're gonna snow camp in Maine in January.
Hello.
Buckle up, buckle up. I'm putting it down. I'm putting it down. You all heard it. January
I'll
in
drive
Maine.
you sleep.
Well, yeah, but we're going to. There's no question on that. But January, I'm put it right here in my notes, in my show notes. January 2022, snow camping in Maine.
One night
One night.
in hammocks. Oh, come on now.
I don't have an undercoat. I don't have an
Just be like,
undercoat.
I'm doing it. It's that easy.
It's not that easy.
It
It's
is.
not that easy. No, we're tenting.
I got another thing for you.
Wait. I haven't written down snow camping yet. I'm. And, okay, give me another one.
Why do I look at your earbuds and think you have an earache?
Just took some cotton balls and stuck it in there.
You remember, did that even ever work? Like my mom would stuff in there. We'd lie to her. I don't even have an earache anymore. It's gone. So we take that stupid cotton out.
Yeah. Did you ever put like oil in it?
No, no.
Yeah, my like garlic oil,
Oh,
and then stick
that's
it in there.
horrible.
Oh, you smell like a stinking breadstick for the rest of the day.
Yeah,
You're like return like who's cooking? Oh crap, it's my ear.
that's my ear. Yeah, what's on the stove today? No, I mean, yeah, she would like if she had an earache, like my older brothers. I don't think my younger brother did. My older brother Paul, he had like those drainage issues or whatever
He
people get.
he was a sicky kid, wasn't he?
Who
But
Paul?
yeah, he still is sometimes, isn't he?
Yeah,
Kind of
he's a big baby.
sickly. He's sickly, kind of baby bish. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know how he's the tallest one. He ate like crap. He
right,
was sick all the time. I don't even know. But
right.
yeah, he had ear problems. So he had to get tubes in there all the time. And my mom would like, oh, he's got an earache. She'd like run and grab the bottle of aspirin or whatever and jerk that cotton out of the bottle of aspirin, throw it in there. Yeah.
So there we go. Disrespecting Paul on the podcast. It's finally
Yeah.
gotten to that, and I'm okay with it. I'm
We'd
okay
be
with
like,
it.
Mom, Paul's tugging on his ear a lot. She would run in there and fill up his ear with cotton. It's so full of crap, but that she would do it. Mm. She's such a good woman.
Mom.
Yeah, she
I can
loved
see,
her boy. She's gonna take care of him.
I can see him complain about that too. Like just like,
I
come
know.
on. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's for
Oh,
sure a Paul thing.
big baby.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Oh, and so that's
But
enough about me. What do you got this weekend?
well, this weekend I'm heading to Red River Gorge. Going to do
Yeah, tell
some.
me about that.
Going to head
Sounds
up to the
familiar.
that place. Have you been there before? Red River Gorge.
How about you?
Actually, going to do a trip I haven't done probably in. Well, I think it's probably been 8, 10 years, 8 or 9 years since I've been up to Eagle's Nest.
Oh, okay. I think I
Eagles.
Red River Gorge. I'm like, we were just there.
No, no, not it's the loop that we're going to do and spend the night up on top of Eagle's Nest, Eagle's Buttress, whatever however you want to call it,
Yeah.
and hopefully get some good weather and some good times hanging out up there. That'd be cool. It'll be and it's going to be a little challenge. I'm excited about that. It'll be a challenge getting up there. We're going down. We're taking the trail down by the river, parking at the concrete bridge and walking along the river, and then we'll hike up the side of it. It'll be pretty nice.
Cool. Hope the weather's good. Ours looks okay.
Yeah,
You know?
for sure. I think this weekend's gonna be good. I think next week you have a little chance of stuff, but yeah.
Yeah. I've got a friend routing me over there. I asked Jordan Lacey, I said, hey man, you're like all over America. Can you get me some place to tuck in Friday night before we hit, cause me leaving late after work, give me some place to tuck in. I'm not against like pulling over in a rest area and throwing a hammock up in the tree
Right.
line. Sometimes in those rest areas, you got to watch hanging out in the tree line.
Right, exactly.
What was that one movie where the guy was out in the,
I have
you know what I
no
mean,
idea what.
at the rest area?
No, I'm your friend that's a pansy and doesn't watch scary movies. I'm that guy.
I don't know. Anyway,
Yeah,
yeah.
I got
So
you.
anyway, we're gonna do that and head out. So yeah, his weather should be good.
That sounds awesome. I'll tell you what. Before we go on, Kyle, let's not forget to make sure that we give credit where credit is due. We're now in episode 3 of season 2,
Yes.
and none of that would happen without you guys listening, without you guys liking and telling people about it, without you guys subscribing to Apple or Google or Spotify to make sure that these show up as soon as they're published. Without you guys subscribing on YouTube, Kyle and I was talking before we started. We're up to 17 or 18 views a session. Hey, you know what? Or an episode. That's pretty sweet. We'll take it. We know we're not the two prettiest guys on YouTube. We're out here just kind of hanging out and having fun. But some people like listening that way, and we're glad you guys do. We just ask that you continue to write reviews, continue to subscribe, continue to tell your friends about it, and keep hanging out with us when these come out Thursday mornings. Because that's why we do it. That's why we do it. Kyle, you said you saw some good posts of even people out with their shirts on this week.
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet as well. We want to thank you guys for doing that as well.
Yeah. Yeah. So Miranda Kuiper was out hiking around. I forget where she was at right now. Maybe one place that had trees.
One place had trees. Okay, cool.
Yeah. And then I just met pretty accurate.
Yeah, for sure.
And then mentioned Jordan Lacey earlier. He was with a group of guys out. Might have been at Red River.
That was at Red River. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so he was out there too, sporting the gear and showing off the shirts and being a part of that. And, it's good stuff to wear, but also, we're just out trying to record things and try to encourage people to get outside with that. When you see people wearing stuff with your logo on it, you really like that. And it makes you feel like part of the family too, that you're impacting people's lives in a good way. And I don't think either one of those two, if we never started a podcast, would have never hiked. They were doing it way before that. But the fact that they're out there in the gear and saying, hey, check it out. I love it. We can't see that stuff enough that's out there. So yeah, appreciate it. You guys keep it up. Really appreciate it.
Exactly. And so again, we can't say enough how many, how awesome it is to know that you guys are out there doing that, to know that you guys are listening. I heard from people who listen to the podcast and watch the YouTube, just so that we get some extra love in there. So thank you guys for reaching out and doing that as well.
They're being pretty hard on you though on some of them.
Yeah, you know what? And I've already caught myself twice this episode.
What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about.
You do too know what I'm talking about. I am not going to say it. I'm going to try to come up with a different thing to say because last week I said for sure about 327 times through that episode. For sure. So I'm not doing it anymore.
Yeah.
It was bad. Now maybe you go through the rest of them and listen again, and you might not be able to make through.
My theory. You want to know my theory on why you throw that out?
Why is that?
I think when I'm talking, you just drift off, and then you just say for sure because you know I'm talking about, and so it's like kind of. So look at you laughing. Yeah, I know that's what's happening. You're like,
No,
yeah,
that is
you're
that.
like,
No,
yeah. I could be like,
no.
oh, I fell down and broke my arm, and my bone was showing through the skin. You'd be like, yeah, for sure, for sure.
For sure,
Cool.
for sure, for sure.
Maybe not, maybe not. I'm just being hard on you too.
Not,
Whenever your brothers get on you, I can't. I'm the fourth brother. I got to jump
yeah.
in.
Let's say it this way: not every time that I say for sure is it that. You gotta get
Right.
on
There's
to
got to
that.
be some legitimate times, but there's also something that's overused. Like if you got that one friend that all he does is cuss,
Yeah,
like you're just like after a point in time, you're like, it doesn't have any meaning anymore. You're supposed to say it like
exactly,
it's like pepper on food. You got to taste it a little bit, It's got to have some
there you go.
special meaning.
Exactly, exactly. Maybe that might be the word now. Is exactly, but
Yeah. Yeah, do that one. Do that one.
exactly. Okay, okay. Sounds good. Okay, go ahead and lead us. Hey, start us off to what we're talking about today, Kyle.
All right, all right. I'm excited. Today's topic is I even wore I got this somebody bought me this shirt. Thank you,
Mm-hmm.
Brooke.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fall flannel colors. She was
Uh-huh.
out shopping at that place that's for guys. Uh begins with a
Bass
D.
Pro Shop,
No, it's a D. Um
Duluth.
Duluth. She was at Duluth and she's like, I saw a shirt you gotta have. I never even realized how much it matches uh my
Beard
beard. So
and your
yeah,
hair.
it's not
Mm-hmm.
intentional, but I appreciate it. It's a nice comfy
Uh-huh.
shirt. Yeah, so it's fall. We're gonna talk about fall things. So
Okay.
outdoor activities is what we're gonna talk about. So Rick, I've got outdoor.com had, I don't know, maybe there's 12 things on here that are great activities for the fall.
Okay.
Okay. So these are a couple. We're going to kind of breeze through them a little bit. Some of them let's dive into if you want to. I bet you this one's going to surprise you.
Okay.
Hiking.
Hiking.
I'll wait. You believe that's on there?
You know what? It's definitely in my top three.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard it. I've heard it. I've heard it can be done.
I've heard there's something about doing it in the fall that's just something special.
Yes, I agree with that.
Okay. Okay.
Another one is I saw in there it said gardening, but you needed to build a greenhouse.
Wow. Okay.
The one on the click link in the article was only $11,000.
Oh, just because if you have $11,000 laying around, you can make a greenhouse.
Or if you think about it, that's the price of 10 heirloom tomatoes at Kroger. You're ahead money. You're a one plant, you're up, man.
Yeah, exactly, for sure.
For sure.
Okay, real quick.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to write that joke?
What?
How long did it take you to write that joke?
I ain't even on here.
Okay, I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of you, man. I thought maybe that
Oh, I
might be
got that in
something.
me.
I didn't know if it was like something you kind of worked on all day, kind of thing, to try to get out.
No,
That
I
was
don't.
that
I
was
like.
brilliant. That
No.
was brilliant. That's brilliant. More.
Thank
Give
you.
me more.
Thank you.
Give me more.
My intern left for the summer, so
Okay.
back to just me now.
You're writing your
Bike.
own material now.
Yeah, thank. Get your greenhouse going. Biking. Make sure to get
Biking.
out there and go biking. That's pretty popular. If you haven't been hit by one of those hikers seeking missiles yet, it's a thing you shouldn't miss.
You mean a mountain bike?
Yeah, they're so fast and they go by and you can't even hear them and they're smoking you.
Yeah, for sure. I would say, I would say biking is my least favorite one of my least favorite activities, no matter what time of the year it is.
Yeah, I think it's one that to me it looks like. Um, I think it's a lot of investment to go in it first, probably.
Yeah,
I
and a
think.
lot of that investment is just how long it takes to numb your underneath carriage so that you can ride on a bike seat for that long.
Yeah, I got a slang for that, but I ain't saying it here.
Exactly. Our moms listen, but yeah.
Yeah, Mary Lou, I'm not saying it. Thank you for your good influence all these years.
Hmm.
Number four, this one's kind of skeptical. I'm not sure that I will ever participate in this. Make a backyard gym for exercises.
Like CrossFit.
I don't know if they mean that or that Ninja Warrior thing. I don't know. Like maybe get old tires and flip them around. I'm not
Like
sure.
outdoor workouts.
Hmm. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Make a backyard gym, it says. Another one, this is actually a pretty decent one to something to do in the fall because generally the stadiums are open. Is why teams are practicing. You can run the stadium stairs.
The whole Rocky kind of thing. Na,
Yeah, I
na,
mean, you
na,
think about that.
na,
Like,
na, na,
I wish I had. I might put some. I might put some time into that this week, thinking we got an 8,000 to do. I mean, sorry, a 4,000 out and back. It's 4K gain. Some stairs wouldn't hurt in this case. I don't want to get smoked part two via exit glacier, but run stadium stairs.
Do you think doing that twice this week would help you at all?
According to my friend Eddie, who needs to be a guest on the show, according to
Yes.
my friend Eddie, doing it every weekend does not help, but doing it more frequent than once a week does help.
But doing it more than twice before you go, does that really matter?
Yes.
Only doing it twice.
Yes, I would be in better shape before I went if I did it 2 times and then went and did it than if I didn't do it at all.
Okay.
I'm
Good
thinking
on you.
it's
Good
not
on
free
you.
throws, Rick.
Free
Um,
throws. Free throws are the same whether you're in shape or out of shape.
yeah, but you can't shoot like 2 free throws and be like, I'm warmed up.
That's true.
Didn't that one guy that was in the NBA shoot like 1,000 a day or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you didn't do just two.
Okay.
I'm cantankerous tonight, aren't I? It's
A little bit. A little bit. That
okay.
might
We'll
be my
work
new
around
word.
it there with your bourbon toothpick.
There you go.
Number six, you may have heard about. Just get outside.
You know what? The only thing missing out there
Just
is
be
what?
outside. Whatever you're doing, just get out of the house.
Anything outside. Okay.
Yep. Number seven is I've joined a couple more of these groups this summer on Facebook, which I think
Okay.
is back up and running, by the way. So, yeah,
Say
censorship
again.
is back. Take photos
Hmm.
and not just like just take photos and try to make them the best pictures you can take. So I'm in an
Okay.
Alaska photography group. I'm in I think there's another like Indiana something. I don't know. I'm gonna butcher the names of them, but there's a couple photograph groups where people try to like put really like unedited photos out there that you've taken naturally. And I tell you what, these cell phones are taking some really good pictures right now.
Yeah. Heck yeah, they are.
Kind of hard to tell. So that's good. Oh, it's an astrophotography group. Is another one.
Astrophotography.
Yeah, like they're taking pictures of stars and comets in the sun.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
then they another one is have a backyard camp out. That's original idea there.
A backyard camp. I did that. I did that earlier this year. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, throw up a tent in the old backyard.
I
I
didn't
think that
hammock,
one's
but yeah,
always good because when the kids say, "I can't sleep, we're going inside," then you get the tent all to yourself.
exactly.
Mhm. So backyard
Exactly.
camp out, throw that tent up. What else? What did you have? What all did you have at your backyard camp out, Rick?
What I have at my backyard camp out, we always had our small one. Well, depending on how many of us, either a 4-man or a bigger tent. We always had a nice little campfire there.
Yep.
Always had, you know what? We probably went a little, we probably had our little Bluetooth speaker out there around the
Yeah.
campfire. Had our good camp chairs out. We had time. Had a good smorgasbord of snacks and treats from s'mores to who knows what around
Yeah.
the hot dogs cook on the fire, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
You just do it right. You just do it right. Heck, you could even go inside, microwave some popcorn, and just have some popcorn while you're sitting around out there too. That's all
Yeah.
good
It wouldn't be that bad.
for sure.
Yeah, I didn't do any backyard here. My house here, you probably would roll into the pond. But
Yeah, for sure. Did you hear that?
are you watching an F1 race in the background?
Welcome to Trenton, baby.
That guy
It's
was.
so nice outside. I have all the windows in the cabin open, and that's why. I mean, there's a road like right there. So
I love your background, but I think you know how that background could beat mine.
how if I had a flag in the background? Well, I have a
Yep.
flag over there somewhere. But yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, if you could have one in the background. I don't know why the 50 stars aren't, but it's really cool. It's made from old barnwood. I didn't want it
Maybe
so
it's
big.
just
We
from
could keep it 50.
maybe it's just from 1920 before we had all the states.
That would be. I think that would be somewhere in the 60s, actually, 1860, around in there.
Um,
Anyway,
the
um,
the we didn't get 50 states till the 50s. that
How many are on there?
1950s. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know. You do the math.
Well, why'd you throw out 50 if you don't know how many are on there?
There aren't 50 on there.
I know that. I'm telling you, there was this many like in 18 something.
No.
At 1920. I challenge that.
There wasn't 50 until the 1950s. I know that. 1957 is when Hawaii became a state.
Yeah, the 51st state. We had a president that said that. All right, so number 9, which is one of my really favorite things to do, is apple picking.
Ooh.
You don't like that?
I like apple eating.
Yeah.
Apple picking's fine. Apple picking's fine.
My favorite part is to go get apple turnovers for everybody. Then I have them put ice cream on there, and then I come back with 1 or 2 less than what I got, and then I just tell people they ran out, but I ate them.
And then you get the third one as well.
Yeah, you can get them all.
Yeah.
That works really good. The last one I thought was pretty crazy advice for number 10, Rick.
What was that?
Get lost in a corn maze.
I have been in a corn maze, and
I feel like that's code. I feel like that's code for something.
Yeah, okay. I could do that. I can see that.
I don't know. So there you go. That's the top 10 ideas from outdoor.com for your fall breakaway and getaway on that. I think, Rick, if I remember from the show notes, right now is time to go to commercial.
That's right. Thanks, guys, for hanging out with us. We'll be right back right after this commercial.
For sure. Okay.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. You're listening to the Outdoor Collective. Hey, Kyle, you just kind of threw out some great ideas. Some of them a little cheesy. Some of them, in my mind, yeah, they're not real adventurous, but they're definitely outdoor things, kind of fun things to do. Things that kind of get our mind thinking about, hey, what could we do? And so thank you for that. But when it comes down to it, like what are some of your things, like especially like close to you? I mean, we have a lot of listeners. A ton of our listeners are Indiana, Kentucky, and in the great state of Ohio.
97%.
97% are within probably 2 hours of Cincinnati, Indianapolis, Louisville, Lexington, Columbus.
Very true.
And so that's kind of where it's at. So give me a couple, 2 or 3 things. Like, dude, here's some great things to do during this time of the year that are just kind of get outside, fun things to do.
I'll say, let's go back and forth, but I'll save my best one, my killer idea for last. But I think number 1 in Indiana, if you were to ask Hoosiers, where are you going to be at peak foliage time in Indiana, you're going to get Brown County, Indiana. Okay, down Nashville.
Little Nashville, right?
Little Nashville, yep.
There you go.
They've just built a new place for concerts there, a new concert hall, a lot of new restaurants. Some things are opened up. They really developed, put some money in development there. Of course, there's Brown County State Park there. Take horses, a big area to hike and go camping and do outdoor things.
In there, Truth Brewing, is that where is it Truth?
Hard Truth.
Hard Truth. I'll tell you what, that place is amazing. Not only is it a great restaurant, but that whole facility there is an amazing place there in Brown County.
Yeah, pretty cool. Nice and open, but also indoors too. Yeah, they got a fantastic operation there. It also butts up, Brown County also butts up on the south side to Bartholomew and Monroe County. And Monroe County, of course, has Charles Dean Wilderness in there, where I dream about when I'm dreaming about hiking. That's what I'm thinking about. Then that's where Peninsula Trail's at. So that's a no-brainer if you want to get somewhere on a car drive, some good 60-degree weather, put the windows down, sunshine, colored leaves. There you go.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
How about you? How about your edge there? What are you doing?
My first, I think my go-to, if somebody says, hey, we're in, Central Ohio, where would you be going to get outside? My one quick answer is going to be Yellow Springs, Ohio. Right there at Yellow Springs. Not only is this cool little burg that's got nice little shops, got nice coffee shops, home to Dave Chappelle. I mean, literally.
Isn't that where Chappelle hangs out?
You can literally go sit at Doc's Coffee, and he'll come in and give you a high five. And he's been known to just show up anytime, any day, kind of deal. But not only that, it is actually There in Yellow Springs is the start of or the entrance to Glen Helen. But Glen Helen is connected uh, to John Bryan, which is also connected to Clifton Gorge,
Yeah.
and it is just these beautiful parks that are all connected together. And Clifton Gorge is actually like I said, this really deep gorge, and it has all the foliage you can want, beautiful water, beautiful huge rocks that have fallen out. And if you hike from Yellow Springs and you hike towards the gorge, when you get to the other end of there, there's the Clifton Mill, which is this old, um, this old 1800s working mill that has a shop and a restaurant and all this kind of cool place. And Clifton has some kind of cool festivals throughout the fall as well. So that little stretch there between 68 and 72 south of Springfield, from Yellow Springs to Clifton, is just an outdoorsman fall, like, just place to be kind of deal. So it's a really cool kind of thing there.
That's awesome. I think that some of those hikes there in that area were some of our best hikes in Ohio. We had a
Yeah, for sure.
podcast in season one on that,
Yeah.
talking about where to go in Ohio to see some really cool sites, some good
Yeah.
hiking.
Yeah, and you, like I said, making the loop, you're going to get a good 10 plus miles in one way, and they're close enough. If you're going with friends, park one car at one place, one car at the other place, and you're good to go. Then you hiking either way, you're going to get amazing stuff, depending on where you want to end up, where you want to grab some food, that kind of thing.
Yeah. I think so number two thing I think in Indiana that somebody should, I just mentioned it before, like Charles Dean Wilderness, there's a lookout tower there. I think it's 180 something steps to get up to the top of it. But when you're
Yeah.
up there, probably the highest elevation in Indiana when you're on top of that. And you can see over Lake Monroe, which is a reservoir. You can see all the hilly. You can see Brown County State Park across as it goes through there. You can just see for days. And if you were to time it right and be up there at sunrise or sunset, you can see 360 year round. Nothing's blocking the view. Man, you're going to see some really good sights if you want to see a sunrise right there when that peaks over. And that's some of your best light to take photos into, is that sun
Oh yeah.
just peeking over and bathing all those multicolored leaves in there, some browns and reds, and some of those sugar maples in there turning. I mean, that's like, I don't know, that's a great place to be if you've never been there. I'd say get there early and climb to the top. It's open for now. And they also, just a warning in Deem, they're really cracking down on people not parking at the designated areas instead of alongside the roads. So be prepared to get a ticket if you're not in a designated parking area. Sometimes last year that was one way for miles, and imagine that, trying to go through one way and you have no way to get around if you meet a car.
Right.
So they've widened some roads and done some other stuff up there, but be respectful of what the park rules are. You don't want to lose privileges there in those spots. And definitely a blessing in Indiana is the lookout tower there. I think it's Hickory Ridge Lookout Tower.
And I would bet. I mean, you're talking about the mornings, but the golden hour there at night as the sun's setting. And
Yeah.
having been up there, I've been up there in the late winter and spring, and it was beautiful. Can't imagine what it would be like
Yeah.
during fall time, for sure.
Everything's fun with Rick.
Everything is fun with Rick. It's even better with Kyle, but
Thank you.
for sure, that little song came from some friends of ours,
Mm-hmm.
little friends of ours. So thank you for reminding me of that, Kyle. But
You're welcome.
I think for me, Ohio is full of festivals, full of Oktoberfests, that kind of stuff, which is always great in the fall. To me, the best one around is the Sauerkraut Festival in Waynesville. It actually is this weekend.
You
So
had
if
me
you're
at sauerkraut.
I had you at Sauerkraut. I'm telling you, it's got the regular festival through the town kind of things. But if you like sauerkraut, I mean, you can have sauerkraut all kinds of different ways. And it's just a great place. Know a lot of great people from Waynesville. Some of my really good Ohio friends are from there. In fact, our boy Shane, who took me backpacking the very first time, lives in Waynesville. And so, like I said, I know this is Thursday, you're going to hear this, but if you ain't got plans, if you ain't good English there, if you don't have plans, Saturday and Sunday, the 9th and 10th, the Sauerkraut Festival in Waynesville is a killer place to just be on a beautiful fall evening. And you got another one?
Yeah, well, I just got my third one. Another
Okay.
can't miss in Indiana is if you go out to um Park County, Indiana. I almost said Madison County, like the
Yeah.
movie. Park
Yeah.
County, Indiana has 32, 31 covered bridges in the county and the surrounding area there. 31 covered bridges. One of my favorite things to do is to jump in the car, put the sunroof down. It's an adventure vehicle, really. I like to jump in there and hit those roads. And if you plan it right, you can hit 3 wineries along the way too. So 60 degrees, sun's out, wind's blowing around, got on a nice warm shirt like this one and doing some wine tasting while you're visiting all these really classic and they're all story filled too, covered bridges. And the jewel of it, I think there's a bridge in the town called Medora there. It has a really nice bridge right next to it with a working mill. They have product in there you can buy. And I think that's kind of the epicenter of the Covered Bridge Festival. I don't know
Hmm.
the dates for that. I don't look it up too much. I've been to it before, and it's just like a one-time thing for me. There's like really, really crowded. People park miles and miles away from there and walk to it. But anyways, to see that in fall colors, if you're into the photography part of it and it's a sunny day, I mean, you're rewarded with vivid, and they make a great deal of taking care of these bridges too, so that they're part of the tourist attraction as well. They got money for upkeep on them, so they're done really nicely too. So check out the covered bridges in Park County, Indiana. Definitely worth a drive over if you're not from around there. Spend some money locally for shops that are open during that time frame too. But check it out. That's my number one tip. Do the winery tour and covered bridge tour in Park County, Indiana. Hit the
That
Hoosiers.
sounds in part. I mean, is that where the movie Madison County came from? Park County?
No,
Is that
I thought I used to think that. I don't know how I thought that, but it's actually from a county. That one's a county in Iowa.
okay?
So Madison County, Iowa. I forget the name of the town that's there or whatever it's else. But yeah, it's not Indiana, but just kind of the same type of thing. I don't even think they filmed any of it there, but anyway, that's kind of one of the things there.
Cool, cool. I tell you, my, uh, I mean, I haven't gone a lot. I've probably been a handful, 5, 6 times in my life. But really, if you're out and about, and you probably are, you guys, most people already know this. Outside, the Renaissance Festival in Ohio is kind of a big deal, especially over this way. It too's near Waynesville, and yeah, you got to
Right.
kind of be up for an adventure. You kind of got to be up for some crazies out
Now,
and
when
about.
you say Renaissance, Rick, I'm thinking of like that we had that class in high school where they made you read a bunch of books. Um, and you had to read
Okay,
these books like with that Shakespeare guy had wrote them. And
okay,
that's what I think of when you think of Renaissance. I think of like, that Juliet, Romeo and Juliet and stuff like
uh huh,
that. Is that kind of, it's
okay.
like people reading books or what's going on in that
Well,
thing?
think kings and queens and knights and jesters, and think a little bit of what's the word I'm looking for? Think of Lord of the Rings,
Oh,
but with in real life, not like
yeah.
humans, not the trolls and the elves and that kind of stuff, um, but
More
yeah, I think
realistic based.
more realistic, that kind of thing.
Hmm.
Um, that you're gonna want that, have that the guys with the big capes and big
Yeah.
swords and bows and arrows and you can actually purchase all that kind of stuff, or you can watch people. I mean, they have real jousting, like guys on horses, like going
Oh,
at it
really?
full
That'd be
speed.
cool.
I mean, the biggest turkey legs you can imagine for eating. Big beer steins you can drink from. It's really cool.
When
And
is that?
it is going on right now. Actually, it goes from now until October 31st. Uh, so it's like in the middle of September, maybe like maybe even the beginning of September. But yeah, and it's there's great food. There's great like I said, different kinds of shows. They kind of do like different kinds of fun, different things around.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool. It is pretty cool. I mean, I don't get into dressing up or swinging swords, but it's a fun day outside, just eating and gorging yourself on you know good food and
I,
drinks and that kind of stuff.
Confession though, I've always, whenever you watch those old movies like Knights of the Round Table, King Arthur type shit. You know, they always are sitting at a table and they're eating barehanded, and people are just bringing over piles and piles of meat. Like I always thought, like I want to eat in a situation like that. Can I do that there?
I'm pretty sure.
That would be so good. And then like the guys smack their mug down and they burp and no one gets pissed.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Can I do
telling
that
you.
at the Renaissance Festival?
Yes. Okay. So what day are we going? We're gonna put this in the show notes. What day are we going there? What day is
A
Rick
week
taking
from
Kyle?
Sunday.
A week from Sunday.
Yeah. Put it in the show. Put it down.
A week from Sunday.
I don't even know. Let's see. 17th.
So I can't do it that week, but I can do it the next week.
Oh, I'll be there alone. No witnesses. I'll podcast from there live.
Wait a minute. The 17th I could do. I have the kids, but yeah, we're going camping with the kids.
Oh, they can come along. They like Uncle Kyle.
They do. I don't. I try to keep them away from you. I'm just joking. They do like you, hanging out with you a lot.
That's hurtful.
Okay. October 17th. I wrote it down. October 17th. Renaissance. I can't spell it, so I just put REN. But there you go. So, hey, there's some stuff to do. That's some kind of fun, interesting stuff to do. Hang out, ways to get outside this fall around Indiana, around Ohio. Sorry, Kentucky people. You guys, here's what we'd love for you to do. Please give us your ideas in Facebook, or comment on our YouTube page, wherever it is. We'd love to hear some ideas. We know Red River Gorge is beautiful. That's why I'm going this weekend.
Yeah.
We know it's beautiful, but we know Kentucky is a little bit more than Red River Gorge. Maybe not more than Red River Gorge, Ale 8, and Miguel's Pizza, but it's a little bit more than just Red River Gorge. So
Rick,
we have some great stuff.
National Pizza Month.
There you go.
October is National Pizza Month, and probably Miguel's celebrating that every day.
Hey, I will be there Sunday afternoon for lunch.
Oh, hey, one other thing. I've got some Red River Gorge, something I just learned that's super cool.
Okay, give it to us.
What is the trail blaze that goes through Daniel Boone National Forest that you want to follow sometimes through there? That's the longest one through there, longest through Daniel Boone.
The Shoatee, I always say it wrong.
Sheltoe Trace, right?
Sheltoe Trace.
Check this out. Daniel Boone is.
I know the answer to this.
Can I finish?
Yeah, you can do it.
Wait, no, that's rude. Yes, let me finish.
Yes.
So Daniel Boone, Daniel Boone is captured by a Cherokee chief named Blackfish.
Yes.
Okay. He is captive over the winter for 4 months. Chief Blackfish loves Daniel Boone so much and his men that he gives Daniel Boone a nickname. What was the nickname he gave him?
I know. You tell us.
Big Turtle.
Which is?
Sheltoe in Cherokee, which is the blaze of the white turtles that you see on the Sheltoe Trace.
Boom!
Boom. Mind blown.
And guess what? You heard it here at the Outdoor Collective.
Yeah. So when you're hiking Sheltoe, blow people away and say, this isn't Sheltoe, this is Big Turtle.
This is Big Turtle. And or you could say, why there's a turtle blaze and not just a diamond.
Yeah. And I actually always wondered, I thought it was cool because it's like, it looks like a sea turtle, but whatever. But he always called him Big Turtle for whatever reason. Super fond of Daniel Boone, and the chief actually, they sneaked away, I think. I think he took off one time.
Yep. I think it's because he was the original member of Team Low and Slow, is why I called him Big Turtle. When it comes to hiking, he was as slow as I am. He was short and slow.
There's some Daniel Boone trivia.
There you go.
Team Low and Slow was originally created by. He didn't wear coonskin caps either.
Nope. Neither did Davy Crockett.
They wore beaver.
Exactly.
Anyway, here you go. Bonus.
There you go. Bonus. Kyle, hey, we haven't the first 2 episodes of this season hit 2 of our most favorite parts of the podcast that we get a lot of comments on. So we want to make sure we hit those today. And the first one is Kyle's gear pile. So what is it? What do you got to bring to us? What's some new stuff you got in your bag?
Yeah, I like footwear. I'm kind of obsessed with like new boots and stuff like that. Right now I'm still in my ultra phase. but when I went to Alaska, I took the Crispies that I really liked. I took those with me. I wore a new pair of socks I hadn't tried before by a new company because I was Team Darn Tough. And not that I'm leaving them. I'm just saying I am those guys. I bought a pair of right. They're made by Right Socks. So WRIGHT right here. You can see here.
Right sock.
I
Okay.
bought a pair of these. The thing that's cool about these is they're double layered. So they have an outer layer and an inner layer. So it's automatically like wearing two pairs of socks to avoid blisters. And they did really, really well, really cut down on hot spots. My feet got sweaty because it was kind of warm a little bit, but they did a great job of wicking away moisture and all that. So I would recommend them. They're about $17 a pair. There is not a warranty on these for wear and tear, but there is a no blister guarantee. I don't know what that means as far as what that covers overall, but I can tell you, I've got this pair of XLs right here. They're made with a cool mesh 2 material, and they're just on the inside of them. They're super soft. They are something that I definitely would be, they got a closed knit loop in there. It's something I'm definitely gonna wear in the future. I bet they're pretty warm too because they keep a little bit more air insulated in there. So I think for Kyle's gear pile, yeah, wear your Darn Toughs. But if you're out at, I got these at REI. If you're out there and see these, I'm sure you can get them on Amazon or wherever else as well. But I would go for these double layer socks that are here from Right Sock. They treated my feet right on our big hike in Alaska. And I definitely bought a second pair that's a little bit thicker for winter time. So check them out without fear.
I know that you brought up those socks multiple times and how impressed you were with them when we were in Alaska. Not just at Exit Glacier, but throughout the week.
Yeah, just to wear around. I mean, good socks.
For sure. Great. That's awesome. Well, I think that leads right into roughing it with Rick, and I'll tell you what, I want to bring up something that we first tried at Alaska as well, and it was really kind of cool how we even got to try it. My son-in-law Zach actually works for Proud Hound Coffee here in Cincinnati, and when he heard I was going and we were going to be backpacking and that stuff, he brought me 3 big packs of these Vista Blend Seep coffee packs. They're really cool. They're nice. They fit nicely into. I put all of them into a bag and threw it right in my pack, and they carried well. We got just a few of them left. But I tell you what, boiling water, dunk these in the water, let it seep there for a couple minutes. We were sitting out there on the beach. Was the time we used them the first time, and just having a good conversation. And boo, it wasn't 2 minutes. It was some good coffee.
Yep.
Again, Proud Hound it's in Cincinnati, and these are they're called the steeped bag. And I tell you what, they do you right. So make sure, having coffee in your pack is something all of us do. All of us have our favorite brands, our favorite blends or whatever. But as far as ease, and as far, it does have the string on it. I've had used them that don't have the string on them. I've used them that are the pour through. This was simple. And so it's so simple that, I realized we didn't bring a trash bag out with us. I actually tied them into the strings of my Ultras, and squeezed all the water out of it, tied them in the string of my Ultras, and by the time they were still there when I got to a trash can, and I threw them in. So again,
very responsible.
Proud Hound, thank you so much and Zach, thank you for hooking your father-in-law up, the Vista blend, and you can get that blend any way you want it, ground and beans and that kind of stuff.
Hey, story memory, Rick. Thanks for sharing those. I expect a couple of those sitting on that tent that I'm going to borrow for the week.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
And I appreciate you. The ones you're going to put on there for me, I really appreciate
the ones. Okay, well, it's not like you don't know how to get in my house and walk up to my.
I know, that's true. Thank you, Hannah and Zach, for supporting my hiking habit with coffee. Really appreciate it. I think it's awesome. Sure. I got some at Meyer, had some at clearance. Look at that, huh? $3
wow.
At Starbucks. $3. I'm not even Italian, but I'm going to drink these.
Do those make ventis or those make grande size?
I don't know.
You know what tall means?
Uh-uh.
Tall. You know what grande means?
What?
Tall. You know what venti means?
No.
20. So there you go.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Huh. Learn something new every day. Must be Latin. Anyways, yeah, take some coffee with you. Get that proud hound stuff. Hey, remember when we were having that coffee, that tour boat went by and that big ass wave swamped your your stove?
I forgot about that. Almost took my backpack out to sea with it when it went
Yeah.
back out.
Yeah. Who got that backpack out of the way?
Thank you, Kyle, for getting my backpack out of the way,
Yeah.
or at least highlighting it that it was going to happen, so that I got it out of the way.
Yeah, you know what was funny, Rick, though? We got caught on that little beach by that high tide, but it didn't seem like the tide got really high while we were sitting there, though. Like
Yeah,
it just got higher in that inlet.
it got higher in the inlet. It didn't
Weird.
get higher right there. Like the beach didn't
Yeah.
get shorter right there in front of us
No.
for sure.
It was like just when that big boat went by and started
Yeah,
knocking those kicker waves over. But we were sitting there having coffee on that Proud Hound coffee on a 200, probably a 200-year-old, like
piece of
pine log.
driftwood. Yeah,
Yeah, piece of driftwood that drift up there with all those branches. We got some cool pictures there too.
yeah, for sure.
It was good. It was awesome. Well, Rick, in wrapping up, really can't say much more. We've been over our adventures in Alaska. We're probably going to reference that 100 times as things pop up, just like we've been doing here. It's fall. I mean, of all the seasons I think about hiking, I think some people maybe a small minority will say like, spring's the best. I think summer's, maybe here or there. I don't know. Fall is number one in hiking, if you ask me. Winter by far, because of cold weather, doesn't get the nod. But if you can't get out and hike in the fall, I'm not sure that you really like the outdoors as much as maybe I would encourage you to find the love of it for.
Right.
So any last words following up, Rick? Send us out of
Hey,
here.
hey, I would love to send us out, but we can't go away and go 3 weeks in a row without a hero of the week. And the cool thing about this one is this hero of the week is nominated, and she isn't part of any of the groups that we normally see our heroes in, but Rose Smith, Ben Moore, yes, he's my brother, recommended you for being our hero of the week, simply because you this last 2 weeks ago you hiked the Grand Canyon rim to rim. And what a great experience I'm sure that was. She talks about it, saying, everything from she left early in the morning, they left at late at night at dark, and just hiked through the thing, 15 hours and 35 minutes of
Was it
hiking.
14 miles or how is it 12 miles?
I'm not seeing how far it actually is, but she's saying 15 hours and 35 minutes to do that of straight hiking.
Wow.
What an amazing trip that would be. Rose Smith, congratulations. You are our hero of the week for hiking rim to rim on the Grand Canyon.
Impressive.
Guys,
Sure.
it is that time of the podcast to sign off and say, hey, we can't wait to see you next week. We hope that you will like this on your whatever forum you're listening to it. You subscribe to it. Please write a review. Give us a review. Let others know how much you like it. Make sure you tell your grandmas and your aunts and your friends how much you like it, so they can like it too. Simply because we're here to hang out with you. We are the Outdoor Collective because it's all of us together. And Kyle, tell them what we say every week.
Well, it's the same phrase. The outdoors is nearly perfect. The only thing missing is you.
The only thing missing is you. Have a great week, everybody. We hope to see you out there.
Yep. Take care.